Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Overtime on RCTV. My name's John Starcevic, alongside my partner, David. David, what's up, man?
Nothing much, man. I'm just glad to be back here on Overtime.
Glad to be back, too. And the first week of school is down the drain. We're on to the second week. We've got a lot of games that were played last week, so David, let's dive right into it.
Of course, let's see.
Field hockey lost 5-1 to Wilson, but then they turned the tables around, and they beat Downingtown East 5-1, and then beat Unionville in another game. Football team took a big loss against Easton, 36-3. David, we'll talk about that one later.
Yeah, we will.
Boys soccer team beat Central Bucks East 2-1, and then lost to Westchester Henderson 4-1. And for the girls soccer team, they beat Archbishop Wood 1-0, and got beat by North Penn by 1. And then Agnes Irwin, I believe that's how you say, is that right?
Agnes Irwin, yes.
Agnes Irwin beat them 2-0. Bringing it on to the next slide here. Volleyball 1 in 2 sets over Haverford. 1 in 5 sets over Germantown Academy. Came down to the last set, able to take the win in that one. Yeah. And then lost in 3 sets to Conestoga.
Well, show up tonight to play PJP.
Yeah, show up
big
tonight.
Rivalry.
PJP. Big game. That's one of the big rivalries that this volleyball team has, David.
That's right.
For golf, you got to remember, lowest score wins. We beat Phoenixville 118 to 223, lost to Unionville 202 to 184, and then beat OJR 192-187. For girls golf, they lost to Downingtown East 178-189, and then for tennis, they won in 7 sets over Pottsgrove. Is it sets, David?
They go by like rounds.
Rounds, okay. Your sister plays, so
we'll
have to get her on the show.
Sister's on the tennis team, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to get her on the show sometime. They beat PJP 4-3. And then they won in 7 rounds over PW.
Plymouth Whitemarsh.
Plymouth Whitemarsh, that's right. All right, so let's talk about football. We said it before, 36-3. We both were at the game. We were on the field. What did you see happen?
Well, I just saw a ton of, mistakes. It's just like the first game again, except I feel like they could have played a lot better. We understand that Easton is, of course, a great team, but, I just feel like there was a difference. Caden had to play the whole game, and they benched Trent for this game. So, just personally, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, you said it. Easton is a very tough physical team, especially for our team. And I do admit we made a lot of mistakes, but I've definitely seen some of the mistakes that we made in the first game started to get sorted out. So the team's definitely putting in the work. And like I said, Easton's a very tough team to go against for your week 2. Yeah. And Downingtown East is going to be another really tough game for them. We'll talk about that one in a second.
They're coming on a 4-game road trip, and I just don't think that they're prepared after these, 2 losses specifically. One thing that I basically have, for this team specifically is just the tackling and really, they're getting down the field. They're having good drives. They just can't make it to the finish line, Yeah,
that's the big problem. We saw a field goal out of them. And then a couple other great drives where they just weren't able to convert a 3rd or 4th down, and that's kind of been their big issue.
They're averaging about 40 yards per drive, which is, pretty solid, I'd say.
It's really solid.
Just can't get in the end zone. I mean, that's just really all it is. So we'll just have to see what Palmer and his guys have next up for Downingtown West.
Yeah, and I would like to bring it up. At the end of that game, instead of sending the team back to the locker room and having them chat there, he talked to them right on the field. And he told them, this is nobody's on the team's fault. It's all of our faults. The coaches are going to take the blame. We're going to take the blame. We're going to watch the film tomorrow. We're going to figure out what happened. We're going to sort out these mistakes. We're going to practice it. And, we're going to give the best fight that we can.
Exactly. Overall, there's just so much to go through the game of football and the sport itself.
I know what you're saying, David, but I also feel like it brings a sense of community where the community sticks with us. Even though we're losing and we're not doing that good, they're still sticking with us. They're still coming out on Fridays. They're still cheering. They're supporting us. It's really beautiful, actually. I think they're able to stick with a losing team. It's like a Cowboys fan. But if you want to have more insights from the football team, you can go on YouTube to RCTV and watch Inside the Huddle, produced by myself, John Starcevic. David, you're on it too. And Jacob Steinberg, our director behind the glass. You can go and watch that on YouTube, bringing you literally inside the huddle, showing you these things that you don't normally get to see.
Yep.
All right, let's go right on to the upcoming games. Field hockey will be going against Smith Acton, and then Upper Perks also come there. They get to stay at home this week. Football traveling away to Downingtown East, starting their 4-game away streak, as you said, David.
Yep.
Boys soccer is going to be home against Norristown and then traveling over to Methacton. Girls soccer is going to be going against Upper Perk. And then Methacton on Thursday, that's going to be the first game live streamed by RCTV. Tune into that. Myself and Jacob Steinberg behind the glass are going to be on the call for that. Should be a great first game. And then finally, volleyball is going against PJP tonight. That's a big one, David. You mentioned it, big rivalry. And then Boyertown is going against Springford at home. Boys golf is going to be traveling over to Norristown and then bringing it home at Upper Perk. Girls golf is going to have Central Bucks East. They're traveling all the way out to there. And then Downingtown East are facing the East teams, I guess, traveling there. And then there's going to be a tri match at Linfield National, I believe. I don't remember quite who the two teams were, but
Definitely two from our conference, though.
yeah, definitely conference match. That's going to be pretty interesting. But with golf, you can do stuff like that. You know, have 3, 4, even 5 teams play against each other.
Yeah, really.
Just the way the sport is. And then for tennis, they're going against Great Valley, and then home against Phoenixville, and they're home all week too against Owen J. Roberts. So stay tuned for all these games. You can find out where they are playing on the SpringfordRams.org. Great website. David, you got anything else you would like to add?
No, John, just glad to be back on the show for the second week in a row, and we got still a long season to go. I mean, this football team, they got to get up a little bit, but anyways.
And I have faith in them. I think they can bring it back. All right. That's all we got from here. I'm John Starcivic. He's David Judas. Thank you so much for tuning in to Overtime on RCTV, and we'll see you next week.